When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Texas Longhorns, taking on another team from the SEC, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Longhorns will kick it off to get us underway. Looking for blockers. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs offense will get the first crack at it here. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Here's the pressure. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
That's a good decision by the quarterback. I know that's not going to come up on the stat sheet, but you're in the pocket, nobody's open. Don't risk turning it over. Just throw it away.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Oh, they really could have used that catch.
Let's see about this guy. I've all gone and used one there.
Physical pass defense, it brings up a 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Wants to return it. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So Texas's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away.
There he goes. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. They go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, the ground game. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on 4th down. From the gun, the running back has it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled their last time out, and they knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense trying to take it back.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. But that time he coughed it up. Did a great job getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
They'll leave it with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week it was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count on.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. At midfield, he's got room. Turning it on. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Fires to the right. And that one's incomplete.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off. And I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
This defense makes a play, stopping him well short, and it'll be 4th down from the 24. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Off play action on 1st down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. And the Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. Quick pass on the fly motion. Look out, he's got room. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Runs through a tackle. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Here comes the offense on second down. He'll keep it himself. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 10. Defense to take it in. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead, and they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. He's going for it all. Underneath toasted coverage. Got it deep downfield. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Got his man quickly. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
Rides the back and leaves it. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. And the Bulldogs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. He just got rid of that one to save the down, didn't see anything he liked.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 Russian defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Gets rid of it. Makes the catch. He's forced out of bounds just short of the goal line. A mere yard away from pay dirt.
You got to be impressed by what you just saw from this offense. They're already in the red zone, right? The coach is telling the quarterback, be smart, don't do anything crazy with the football. We can't turn it over. We're already in field goal range, and he's like, nah, man, I got my matchup one-on-one. I know where I'm going, and not just that. We're not just going to get the first. I'm going to set you up now on the goal line. Let's roll.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. Going for 6. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The give to the back. Breaks into the open. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. They just flipped the entire field, and now they'll try to cash in on 1st and 10 from the 20. On the run, it's Wilkins. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
You know what they need. You know what they deliver on 3rd down. Got enough space. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Texas. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And the returner will be brought down. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Trying play action. Rushes on him. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Safe completion on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Timeout, Texas.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. They're already in great field goal position here, David. The question is, how aggressive do they get?
Full throttle. Be aggressive. Try to get the touchdown here, man. Such great starting field position.
It's just going to take one play, right? They've got the weapons outside. Give a guy an opportunity to make a play in the end zone. Think about the momentum change that would create.
This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. End zone for the touchdown.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Texas offense. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the 3rd. Picks up the first down. There he goes. Inside the 30. 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and the score is 35-3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. South Carolina is ahead in Columbia, but that's not exactly George Rogers out there scoring touchdowns. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Auburn. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should see.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll run play action. Looking to the big tight end. Makes a connection. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 for the offense. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. The Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Marks. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. He's going to take off. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Well, just nowhere to go there, and it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Quarterback on the keeper. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. Got a man. It's Pena. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. On 30 short, the run and looking for the 1st down. All of the chains. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Cook. Pressure coming. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Up tempo for the offense.
2nd down coming up.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab. It's Pena. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Finds his back in the middle. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Snagged out of the air. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business. Wants to go up top. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of pay dirt. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal.
Here we go.
Wants to throw. It's Cook. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Out of the gun, the inside give. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So the final period starts with a second down play. Now the play fake. Under fire. And down he goes back at the 3.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after it, as you saw it on that sack there.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last. Take a break to check him out. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Oh, they're after him. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. It'll be third and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Under fire. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Way too much grabbing and tugging there. The offense will take advantage of the penalty. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. They'll try the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Here comes the heat. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Back to throw, it's Cook. Punts it out of the air. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And the Longhorns moving quickly to the line.
Brings up 2nd down.
Looking to throw again. Gets it out quickly. Turning it on. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Wants to go up top. It's complete to the left. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Hand off from the shotgun. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Want that fucking ball back.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. It'll be a draw. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Cradles it at the 35. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Dropping back, it's Cook. Using the quick game. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Longhorns will hustle to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Finds a tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. The Longhorns have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The play action fake. Now improvising. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Timeout called by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Makes the grab. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Man, you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Mississippi State, 3.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Etienne. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going right to work up top. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fight.
Fires one high and deep. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. They get the win. They are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But, David, they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff and a national championship. They have that kind of talent. They're not surprised they're 6-0. They're looking to do bigger things.
No, 6-0 is great, but that's not the goal. They want to be 12-0. They want to be 14-0. They want to continue this streak as long as they possibly can. Extremely talented. Nobody's surprised, and their goals are a lot bigger than this.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
I do. Little warm-up in here. Little warm-up. Warm-up. Bro, that was a minute. I'm glad. Feel well rested. What do you want to do today? I just feel like hanging out. I wouldn't mind going out for a walk or something. But at the same time,